Hello, hello. So, this afternoon we have an all-star lineup. Thank you to Caitlin. That was great. And our next guest doesn't really need that much of an introduction. Original Cypherpunk, father of Zcash, here to talk about Cypherpunk values and Zcash tokenomics. Zooko Wilcox, the one and only.
Thank you. Hello. Thank you all for coming to listen to me with your precious time. So when I was coming in here, I smelled the distinct smell of livestock because when it's not ETHDenver, it's the stock show. When I got roped into this, so to speak, I really wanted to talk about Zcash tokenomics. Zcash, if you don't know, is unstoppable private money. And Zcash tokenomics are very interesting and unique. But the ETHDenver organizers told me the audience would really be interested in cypherpunk values. So just let it be known that in my head, this entire 15-minute talk is actually about Zcash tokenomics, but I won't really mention it again. I'm just going to talk about values. I'm an original cypherpunk. I joined the Cypherpunks mailing list in 1993. We had mailing lists back before we had like forums or whatever. And I was friends and collaborators with all of the original Cypherpunks. All three of the founders, Tim May, Eric Hughes, and John Gilmore. But Tim May subsequently died. I was friends and collaborators with most or all of the original Bitcoin makers, like Hal Finney. Hal Finney was my friend and mentor, but Hal Finney is now encased in carbonite. And I was thinking about what to say about cypherpunk values. I thought, what were the cypherpunks' values? And the answer was freedom. The cypherpunks were all about freedom. And when I was like 19 years old, when I joined the cypherpunks list, that was one of my greatest values. I wanted to say whatever I wanted on the internet, and have sex with whichever consenting adults, and own a gun, and cross state lines, and national lines. And now I'm 51. I've been through cypherpunks. I was involved in Bitcoin. I was involved in the creation of Ethereum, and then Zcash. And along the way, I got a lot older, and my values changed. So I was reflecting on this and trying to prepare for this talk. And I thought, okay, what are my values? I really value family. I really value my health. That's really important to me nowadays. And as more and more of my friends and family have died, I really value time with friends and family while you've got them. And I really value peace, meaning freedom from the fear of war or crime. So I was chatting about this with my son, whom I love, on the way down here from Boulder, Colorado earlier today. And I said, different people have different values. Like, we want our communities and our societies to share our values. And that's good when they do. But it's also good that different people have different values. They value some things more than they value others. And their values change over time. And that's good because that's why we can lift each other up with specialization and exchange. In the last 200 years or so, almost everyone went from having very little of what they value to an abundance of what they value. And the reason for that is that about 200 years ago, we worked out how to specialize and exchange so that everyone could benefit without being sort of robbed or parasitized along the way. So when I was explaining this to my son, he said, when I was explaining that a difference among values is what gives us this potential energy or this opportunity to improve each other, he said, but don't you need some shared values in order to exchange? So I thought about that quite a bit. I thought, you really do. The main thing you need the main shared value that you need in order to exchange is that the person that you're trading with isn't just going to kill you and take all your stuff, right? You need safety, and that some third person who observes the exchange isn't going to come and take both of your stuff. And so this led me back around to thinking that, in a way, the cypherpunks were right in the first place. That freedom is a value that all of our other specific values depend on. Well, that was literally all I had planned out to say to you. I thought about it a lot. I thought about it a lot longer than the 8 minutes it's taken me to say it. And I'm always thinking about it when I'm working on Zcash Tokenomics, which I do all day long, every day. So hit me up after, and I'll give you some Zcash on your phone. That's my summary of the evolution from cypherpunk values to the current world. The end. Thanks for listening.
Yo.